Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Joanne Morrison, and just like I said in the past video, if I had 30 likes I was going to upload another video. So this is the last part of my pregnancy journey while I was actually pregnant. The other videos are just going to be me updating you on how motherhood actually feels like. I don't know why I look awkward, man. Like, anyways, that's not the point. So how did it end up that I got operated upon? So if you guys don't know, I ended up having my baby here through a C-section. Every normal pregnancy, I think by 7 to 8 months, the baby is supposed to have turned head down. And for me, it was not the case. 8 months gone and my baby had not turned head down. Her head was up close to my rib, and her butt sat down my cervix, and then her legs were like right. So that was the position of the baby. She was in bridge, and she was like in a complete bridge position. And I had gone for my doctor's appointment at 38 weeks, and the doctor had told me that there was a possibility that the baby could turn during um, contractions, or maybe in the last or in the last week the baby could actually turn down. So we had to go and wait for the 39th week because my due date was the 26th, and that 26th marked 40 weeks of carrying this baby straight. So that happened, and I waited for the 39th week. And when I went for the 39th week, guess what? The doctor tried to manually turn this baby head down, and that was not a very, very easy situation for me. It was not very painful, but the discomfort was quite a lot. So we had tried the manual method of turning the baby head down, and it didn't work. So he just told me that to be safe, he's going to send me to an anesthetist to be able to tell me, have a conversation with me, and there is a possibility that I may go for surgery. So, okay, so let me pause right here. That was very traumatizing because I had never been operated upon. I have really never had any problems that warranted me to, worry about my tummy or my ovaries, and, worry about being operated upon. So this was like the first time that, I had to worry about being operated upon. And to be honest, I was very, very scared. Like, this was very, very scary for me, to be honest. I found the whole situation very, very, very scary. So, I mean, in the space of 30 minutes, he told me to go see the anesthetist. So one of the nurses actually took me from the doctor's office to go see the anesthetist, and I had started doing my consultation with the anesthetist. She started bombarding me with questions. Have I smoked? Do I smoke? Do I drink? Have I had an abortion before? Is this my first baby? Do I have any history of any medical issues and stuff like that? And most of the questions, the answers were no. And she had checked my blood pressure, my weight, asked me, check to see if they could find a vein easily, and all the stuff that come with you haven't what am I saying? All the stuff that come when you have to be operated upon. So I went through that procedure, and I was very tense because I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to be operated. Like, what if it doesn't happen? What if it goes wrong? What if something happens? What if I bleed? I was just very, very worried. And I went there with my mom. So the doctor had assured me that a cesarean section is a very, very minor surgery, but I have never undergone any surgery. So I didn't know what was minor and what was major. So I came back home and I started looking up every video that existed about cesarean sections, and some of them were very, very scary. Like the visual, the actual view of a cesarean section is really, really scary, to be honest. So fast forward, I had done the anesthesis consultation, and I got my prescriptions. I was supposed to buy them, before the actual day of the operation. So I went back home and everything was okay. I was praying. The doctor had given me some exercises that I could do for my baby to turn head down. So the 40th week came, and I was supposed to come for my routine consultation. I came for the routine consultation. That was Gyneco, and I made my doctor. And the doctor asked me questions. Is everything okay? Do I feel any abnormalities? And I was like, no, everything was good, to be honest. I was moving around very freely, I was actually moving for very long distances. I was going to the market and everything was just perfectly fine. But then before I had come to this one consultation, my mom just told me that, when it's around your due date, you want to move with like your own small bag of baby stuff, just in case, just in case you start to labor, just in case you have a dramatic labor. So I had left this morning, and usually my consultations were Tuesdays or Thursdays. So this was a Tuesday, and I had left the house with my backpack and with my mom, and we came to the hospital for my last routine check before, the doctor had to tell me when my CS was going to be scheduled. So I came to the hospital at about say 9 o'clock, 9ish. And when I came to see the doctor, he had told me to go back and see the anesthetist so that, he can give me like the final, I don't know, the requirements or what. So I waited at the anesthetist for about 4 hours because I didn't know that they started their consultations from 12 midday. So I went there, I stayed there for about 4 hours to be precise. And I finally got the prescription, the last prescriptions. And, I had gone home. And when I went home, the doctor had called me back. I came back to the hospital. And, he said, to be on the safe side, I would like to keep you in the hospital today, just to observe because, your due date, this is your due date. And I just want to be sure that everything is going well, given the fact that your baby is not head down. We don't want you to go into labor, given the history of your placenta and, the fact that my placenta was growing just next to my cervix, so everything was a little bit complicated medically, but, in my head. And he said he wanted to keep me in the hospital. So my mom, we were just, we had to just go with the flow. And we were like, okay, give us a bed. We had some money on us. So we're like, give us a bed. So we checked in into this. It was like a public ward. It wasn't a private ward. So we checked in. I got a bed. And this was fast forward to about 6 p.m. And I was just making up my bed. And the nurse called me to come and give my information before I finally get admitted. This was 6 p.m. That same day, I left in the morning and came to the hospital. So that was 6 p.m. And the nurse told me to come give my information. So while I was giving my information, she just, touched my tummy and she asked me if I was feeling pain. And I said, no, I'm not feeling any pain. She was like, but you're contracting. I said, but I'm not feeling any pain. She said, but you are contracting and you're not supposed to contract because what if you contract and then your water breaks and then the baby's not head down and then you have to push and then you have to, so what is going to happen is there's a possibility that you're going to go into surgery now. And I was like, okay, I did not even digest this whole cesarean section thing because, to be honest, guys, that thing is very traumatizing. I was personally very traumatized the whole entire time. So I came back into the ward and I told my mom that the doctor said I may go, the nurse said I may go into surgery now. And my mom was like, she's not a doctor. And then while I was talking to my mom, apparently they had called the doctor and the doctor was already there next to my ward. They brought a wheelchair and they told me to sit in the wheelchair. They told my mom to bring my stuff and they just wheeled me down the maternity. And it was very fast. They put me there and I had like four other women next to me who were in active labor. Because it looks like, first of all, you go into these beds, you start to labor, and then when it's like time for you to actually deliver, and then they take you into the labor room. It's not like in the movies, the way we see it, no. It's much more crude out here. It's very crude. So they put me on one of those beds. I started to feel slight pain. The doctor came. She tried to measure the intervals in which the contractions were happening. And then she called another doctor, and then the doctor called another doctor. Now there were like three doctors. And no, that they said I should leave my phones and whatever information, whatever I should give it to my mom. So I gave it to my mom. I gave it to the doctor and the doctor gave it to my mom. And then they wheeled me straight into the theater. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was very, very, I was very terrified. what am I saying? I was very terrified. I was very terrified. And when they wheeled me into the theater, they actually wheeled me past my mom, and I was like, "Mommy, this is I'm very scared." I was really really scared. So at this point, they wheel me into the theater. They tell me to take off all my clothes, and then they put me on the bed. And then the anesthetist came. They asked me questions. They tried to be really nice with me. Give me 1 minute. So the anesthetist started actually talking to me, and trying to distract me, I presume, because that's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to distract me. And after they had finished talking, he actually explained to me what every injection was for. He told me that I was not going to feel much pain. I was going to feel the first two injections, and then the rest I was really not going to feel it. So I lied there, and then I told them I wanted to pray. So I prayed a little bit for like 2 seconds, and then they started putting the injections. They were covering my body, and that was just, that was it. And after about 1 minute, the doctor told me, "Can you lift your leg up?" And I could not really move my leg. And I heard, because when they put you the anesthesia, when they put the medications in you, you really do not feel anything, but you're not sleeping. You're not sleeping, you're actually up, so you can actually see what's going on, but you cannot move from your waist downwards. So the doctor asked me if everything was okay. I said yes. So I heard him say in French, what was the French? Qui va prendre le bébé, ou qui va recevoir le bébé, ou après toi le bébé arrive. That's what I heard. And it was 5 minutes. Trust me, I heard my baby crying. That was, oh my God. Oh my God, now that I'm talking about it, it was 5 minutes just after I heard the doctor talk. It was about just 5 minutes after I could not move my legs, and I heard my baby crying, like she was crying, and I was like, oh my God, I actually teared up. I'm not one to cry, but then I actually teared up. And they brought the baby, and they were like, "Le bébé de Ngum," because usually it's like they call the baby after the mother, and I had given my name Ngum, and they were like, "Le bébé de Ngum, tu peux faire bisous à ta fille, c'est une fille," and she was crying. And then they brought the baby round up to me, and then I gave like a kiss to the baby, and they asked me, no, they didn't ask me anything. They just, put the thing there on the baby, like the name of the baby, and took the baby out. And then 2 minutes later on, I started throwing up. Like I was throwing up heavy. I was throwing up my whole body. The girl or the nurse, I think she brought like something. I was throwing up in it. It was gross. Oh my God, it was gross. It was gross. So I think that they put some blood, and then I heard the doctor said, if I must say, I'm sure that they were talking about my Jesus Christ, thinking about it, it's just, I'm sure they were talking about my uterus. They were trying to actually massage it so that it comes into the normal position. So that actually went on, and then the massage did. And fast forward, I think that they sewed it, because at this point I'm tired, I'm weak, I'm crying, I was throwing up, I'm weak, I'm scared. I get those machines in my ear. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this is a Nigerian movie. This has to be some American movie. I could actually hear my heart make or whatever, or the way I don't know what happens, but it was so dramatic. I wish I could just take out my phone and film the whole thing live. Whew. Anyways, so they covered me up, they carried me into the bed, and then there's some cold that comes after a C-section. That cold, I don't know. I don't know if the cold comes from inside your body, because they had like blankets on me. I was shivering. I thought I was going to die. I said they should call my mom. I told the doctor that I'm still cold. I cannot stop. I was shaking. She said it's going to pass. I said no. Anyways, that's how the C-section went. And I was wheeled into my ward, and then I saw my baby, and then I had to breastfeed my baby. My mom was with the baby. She said the baby had cried because she was hungry. So as the C-section started to wear off and slowly the pain started to come, it was a very horrible experience. I'm gonna tell you guys in the next video. I had so much pain, so much pain. But I was, the baby now was here, and I just had to deal with the C-section pain. And C-section pain, no be joke. C-section pain, oh my God, that is not a joke. I mean, if you deal with C-section pain, the pain, hmm. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you guys in the next video, and that should be the last video. So thank you guys for watching. This video is very lengthy. I don't know where I'm going to take the megabytes to upload this video, but then thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you want to know more. I'm gonna update you guys on every single thing that happens to me. Motherhood is a blessing. I love it. It's tiring. I'm not getting any sleep, but I'm happy. So thank you guys for watching. Please give this video another 30 likes. Let us have at least 300 views on this video, even if it takes us a week, because YouTube is not easy. Thank you guys, and see you guys in the next video. Kiss kiss.